I'm Patrick.
This is Will.
So why did you do this? And I'm Chris. Dang it, you messed me up. And we are Guys with Issues. And today is our messed up one year anniversary intro.
You know, it tracks.
It does. We've had a lot of zany intros over the year.
Over the year. Can you imagine? 1 year.
Yeah, because it's here.
I know.
Right now.
Crazy.
We're in it. This will release, it's like 2 days before the true anniversary.
I feel like
a woman.
We just... No, I don't.
Let's go, girls.
Thank you for that. Anyway.
Yeah, Shania.
Yeah, I feel like it just started and it's been 25 years.
just like your marriage.
I'm not married.
Exactly.
It'll feel that way, though.
Oh. Just like Will's marriage.
Exactly.
I like that he just agreed with me.
Sure, why not?
Anyway.
So
today, in this special edition, I suppose, I'm going to be using the word episode plenty because I have to differentiate sometimes between actual issues of comic books and
fair.
Episodes of our podcast.
Yes.
So for those of you who get riled up at when we misstep it, it's going to be intentional today. So, Patrick, you've been stupidly busy. Are we going to banter?
Stupidly busy.
We have plenty of stuff to talk about, but I figure we still have to follow some of the structure.
Might as well not throw everything away.
So, do you have anything you want to share about for your banter? Well, you got any events that you wanted to mention?
Well, there's one thing he has to share with us. He promised so last week.
I don't remember this, so sorry.
I wrote it down. But go ahead, say whatever you're going to say, and then I'll remind you.
Now I'm worried. No, I was busy Friday night and most of Saturday and all of Sunday.
Because you got married. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, because I got married, Chris.
Anyway, what
if Christoph and Heather are listening to that, their heart's going to stop right there. You should elongate the pause there.
Right. It's because I went to Vegas. No, my girlfriend would be very upset if I did that without her. I don't remember Friday. I went to Okinawa with Christoph and Heather.
Oh, those were your evening plans?
Those were my evening plans for Friday.
Okay. What'd you get?
I got the peanut farmer, and it was actually pretty crappy.
What?
Yeah.
What? I've had that before, and it's
pretty crappy.
Is it because you don't like peanut butter on your burgers?
No, it's because I don't like that much jelly on anything.
Oh,
you had a bunch of jelly?
Yeah, that's peanut butter and jelly on a burger.
Do they do their reduction or?
It is the reduction, yeah.
Just forget that noise.
Weird.
I had ordered it without the reduction.
When I got it, it didn't have a whole lot on there.
Oh.
It was pretty well balanced.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that they've changed something.
It was not good.
Must have been the new guy.
I'm never ordering that again.
Interesting. That's Gunner's favorite.
And I love peanut butter on burgers.
So why wouldn't you order it again but ask for no reduction?
Because it scarred me for life.
Or get the reduction on the side so you can control it, because it definitely adds to the sandwich.
No.
Yeah, controlled reduction.
It does not.
So,
it reduced
what
it
else
to
did you get?
zero.
Anything else? What Traveler did they have? Did anybody get it?
No.
Wow.
Did you ask? Do you know?
I knew at the time, but I didn't
he slept since then.
Yes, I've slept since then.
What did Christoph think? I'm sure he's going to email us eventually and tell us
liked
about
it.
it. But
did he?
Yeah, he got the Belgian.
Of course he did.
Wow.
He didn't like how bitter the Brussels sprouts were, which is weird since he loves Brussels sprouts. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's something that can happen.
I know.
What kind of fries did you guys get? The normal or the sweet potato?
Chris got the normal. Heather got sweet potato.
Did you get the PB&J sweet potato fries?
Chris started off with those.
He didn't like them?
No, he did.
Oh. Okay.
I got the onion rings.
I always forget they have that.
It's one of their newer additions to their menu.
I
And
know
my
that.
girlfriend got regular fries.
So a bit of everything.
You know, I really should talk to her to see if she's okay with me actually
Just saying her
name.
name.
Yeah.
I imagine she would be, but you can ask her.
Then again, she'll probably just come up to me sometime next week and be like, "Yeah, I am," or "No, I'm not." At this point, since I just kind of asked her.
This is the test to see if she listens to your 1-year anniversary.
No, I'm not
Episode.
testing her at all.
Well,
Or are you?
I'm really not.
Are you saying that because she's listening?
I'm saying that because I will go to sleep tonight.
I'm not testing her at all.
I'm going to go to sleep tonight and completely forget I even had that conversation with you two
I believe that.
in the morning.
I believe it.
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect. I also believe it.
So, everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good, except for you.
Except for, well, yeah.
But you've had good stuff there. It's just
I have had
disappointing.
good stuff.
It's so disappointing when you go there and get something you don't like because it's not cheap, and the normal quality is good. So when you get something that's lacking, that's like I'm not a big fan. I thought I would really enjoy the Alexander there, and I thought it was kind of a letdown. So
So to be fair, I took a couple of bites and said I'm not really enjoying this, and then Katie took it. So
did you switch with hers?
yeah, she
What did she have?
had the mushroom burger.
Oh, that's always a good.
That's a good burger.
That's a good one.
Well, I hope she was, her answer to was saying her name on the podcast was yes, because you just name dropped.
Did I?
Yeah, you need to find
Dang
out
it.
so I can put a beep in.
I'll ask her tonight.
You better ask. That was amazing. Did she like your burger?
Not really.
But she kindly ate it for
She
you.
did.
Wow.
Had I known she didn't like it, I wouldn't have given it to her.
How kind. That was good on you.
I just would have not eaten it.
So, your Saturday, what'd you do? Did you have fun?
I went to Cherubusco,
Turtletown.
Turtletown, USA.
Nice.
Tweedletown.
Picked up my brother and my niece and went and had lunch. Dropped my niece off.
Did you go to the sandwich place?
No.
Oh, I thought maybe you
No,
drove to Fort Wayne.
It was too far away. And then I drove to Fort Wayne.
To the sandwich shop.
That's
Do the same. No. We went to.
Where'd you go to lunch?
Brevins.
What is that? Is it like
It's
a
just
local?
a local place in Cherubusco.
What'd you get? Come on, we got to talk food.
I got a grilled chicken salad
Oh,
with Cajun ranch dressing.
but that had to be kind of boring at like a small town local.
No, it was really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
We got good
Sometimes
food there.
salads at like local spots, they're just salads.
Yeah,
like,
no, came with
pretty
a
good.
boiled a boiled egg and croutons, a whole bunch of stuff.
how does it compare with Hunter's salads? It was
Similar.
up there?
Yeah, it was up there.
Wow. That's pretty high praise. I think Hunter's
Yeah.
has great
They
salads.
do.
Cool. So what'd you do in the fort?
We went to play putt-putt.
Oh, what at what spot?
Crazy Pens.
That's where I took the kids that one time,
Yeah.
where we drove the go-karts and
And
stuff.
then we drove go-karts afterwards.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And it's like Mario Kart. They have power-ups and stuff.
Yeah. And then Joel's, I don't care if he wants his name on the podcast.
I think you've said his name before. He's like written in to say we needed to read Superman.
That's fair. Okay. Anyway.
Look, that's at Crazy Pins.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny.
His cart didn't work.
Oh, so they went with you.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you meant that after
My
you
niece
had lunch.
did not.
Oh, you guys should have totally bailed on her and just gotten sandwiches in Fort Wayne then.
Yeah, who needs the kids? Get out of here.
Yeah, no, he likes her.
I do.
She's cool. I've met her.
She's cool. Anyway,
Is she the one that listens to the podcast?
I don't think any of my nieces and nephews
I thought
actually
one
listen to the
of
podcast.
I thought one of Joel's daughters did.
Right. It's not the one that listens to the podcast.
Okay. So it's
But
okay.
I would not be surprised if she stopped listening to the podcast. That's all I'm saying.
After we just talked about it.
Most
Right.
people do.
Amen. All right. Yeah. So Joel's cart wouldn't work.
Wow.
So they gave us another round free,
Well, that's cool.
and they
Nice.
sped the carts up like
No.
twice as fast. It was amazing.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
That is awesome.
That's
like
cool.
I was going so
Like,
fast.
you were going
my eyes
like-
were starting to water.
Like you were going like the power up fast speed
Yeah.
normally.
Right. No, even probably a little
Faster
faster
than
than that. Yeah.
Wow. Because you kind of haul when you hit that full speed boost power up. It's pretty. So you guys were going faster than that normally? Were the power ups still working?
I don't think so.
Oh, I was gonna say, geez
Like it was-
Louise, that'd be hard to turn a corner.
It was still counting your coins and stuff, but
But not the. other stuff.
the thing didn't speed up anymore.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you win?
Yes.
Did you get the most coins?
Of course I did.
As the Mario Kart expert.
Yes.
Good.
He's like, I've done this
I
for hours.
also demolished people
I'm sure.
while we were driving.
Right.
Theo and I wrecked them,
Nice.
Wow, everybody got beat by a 4-year-old.
pretty much.
Nice.
Oh yeah, but it's a fun little track.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
And then after all that was said and done, we went and got ice cream.
Where'd you go?
We went to Otto's.
Oh, is that pretty good?
It's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, they have all sorts of different flavors.
And you got them all.
No, I got a strawberry. I got a rhubarb crumble.
Wow.
I got a pomegranate swirl. And I got something else.
And this was 4 stacked on a single waffle cone.
No, this is
That would have been
something.
epic.
So they have what they call a
Like a-
flight. So
yeah.
it's literally a board with 4 scoops on it.
Have you been to the, what is it, Sweet G's on 19 just down from Will's house?
I have not.
They do a flight as well, but it's got a little carrying tray, and they have miniature waffle bowls
Oh, that's fun.
that they put each scoop in. Yeah, it's real tasty. They have good stuff.
It was a raspberry thing for my last one. I don't remember.
Raspberry is one of the ways that I test to see what I think of an ice cream shop.
Yeah, it was really good. But next time I go, because I plan on going back at some point before I die. That's a bucket list thing now.
Or before they
Just going
close.
back.
Whichever comes first.
I want to take the rhubarb crumble and strawberry and put those together on a cone.
Because you think that
That'd
would
be
be
good.
good.
Heck yeah.
Well, that's like strawberry rhubarb pie with a
Right.
scoop of ice cream.
Exactly. Where
My
can you
mom-
go wrong?
My mom makes a really good
Oh,
strawberry rhubarb.
I don't believe you.
Crumble.
It's almost like a crumble cobbler kind of deal.
You know, we should have asked your mom if she could toss us a pie for our 1-year anniversary.
You know, I was talking to her about that this weekend, and I was telling her about the stuff on the podcast, and she told me like a weird fact, but I don't remember what it is now. So
Wow.
I feel like I'm
That's
letting
a
her
shame.
down.
Wow.
She's like, "Oh, you can
That's
bring
why
this
she's
up."
not going to give us pie, because you're letting your mom down.
Well, that
You're not the number 1 son.
nope.
You're now the number 2 son.
So then after that, we went to visit some of my girlfriend's relatives.
Do they live in Fort Wayne?
They live in Cherubusco.
For real?
Yes,
How convenient.
I know.
You're like, anytime we go to visit one, we just visit the other.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. They're good people. I enjoyed visiting with them.
Yeah. Did you guys like sit down and drink sweet tea on a porch or something?
No, it was too hot. We were just inside.
I was thinking like a sunroom, enclosed porch.
Yeah, they made smash burgers and
Oh,
potato skins.
they fed you.
Yes,
Oh.
Well, so you had some lot of good eating this weekend.
I did.
Sweet.
Wait, that was only Saturday. Okay. And then Sunday, Joel came over.
Because he didn't get enough of you Saturday.
No, because we already planned this.
You didn't plan the other one though, so you just kidnapped
No,
me.
I kind of planned the other one.
Wow. They just can't get enough of each other.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's
so
almost like they're related or something.
he brought my niece over.
Or the opposite. Who wants to be around their relatives?
I like my relatives.
I know.
And my niece helped me run 4
I was kidding.
network cable. I know you were 4 network cables through my crawl space because I don't want to get down there again.
The one that neighborhood kid keeps getting in.
Right.
What, you have a neighborhood kid that just like keeps getting in your crawl space?
Do you not remember that from issue 0 or 1? When we talk about it? Get out of here, kid. You don't remember
No.
that? Anyway, it was a callback.
Was it that early? I thought it was a few issues. I
I
could
think
be
it's
wrong.
one of the very first. It's when you buy the house, which was right
Well,
when
that's
we
true.
started.
No,
Uh,
no, it was all you saying that, Will.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I said that. Now
Was
you're
it
just
you?
gaslighting.
I thought it was Will. Look, I've slept since then. I don't know
I'm
what to
the
tell
one
you.
that says the stupid random stuff like most of the time. Like neighborhood kids in your crawl spaces. That sounds odd when you say it like that.
Sounds a little suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. So Sunday then,
Sunday, my brother came
after
over.
crawl spaces happened.
Right,
Yeah, he came over and brought your crawl space buddy.
right. And then we did all that. We fed them lunch, burgers, things like that. 4th of July weekend.
Lunch burgers.
Lunch
Did-
burgers.
Did you just say? Did he say lunch burgers?
Yeah, basically.
There was a slight pause. Very slight pause. And
Anyway,
then we went to my parents' house for 4 hours and made supper and biscuits. We
but
had
not
a,
biscuits for supper.
We had a strawberry cream biscuit
Interesting.
and a garlic cheese biscuit. They were both very tasty.
With dinner or
With
separately.
dinner. With dinner.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
so like an American biscuit, an English biscuit.
American.
Okay.
He's not talking about cookies.
Well, he said strawberry and whatever.
Strawberry cream.
cream.
Yeah.
Strawberry.
And I'm like, yeah.
Strawberry and whatever. Whatever that other word was. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I found a recipe book for biscuits.
And you
at
said,
Tractor
Mom,
Supply.
make me biscuits.
And I took it to her, and I'm like, when I come back, I want some biscuits. So she made me some biscuits.
Because
And supper.
she loves you like that.
Mm-hmm. Then I got back home, kicked everybody out of my house, and rested for the rest of the evening because I was exhausted.
Wow, I bet your girlfriend was real mad.
I let her back in.
Oh, okay. At what time?
No, I didn't kick her out.
Said kick to everybody.
And now they all know she's living with me.
Wow. You're just going to divulge all this.
Good job, Will.
So this is the 1 year, the 1 year celebration is just you divulging all
I
the
guess.
secrets of your life. Oh, shoot. That was funny.
Well, the magic of editing can fix that.
It's not going to.
I mean, it will if you ask me to.
Okay.
Otherwise, it won't, because I'll leave it. Because our listener wants to know about your life.
It really doesn't bother me.
Well, there you go. Boom.
Anyway,
Go ahead, Will.
Patrick,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you have
Last-
to call him out.
last time
Bum, bum.
you mentioned something about Microsoft putting on like malware or spyware onto people's
Oh,
computers.
that's right.
Okay, so to be fair, this is a feature called Copilot Plus. So Copilot
Yeah,
is
I've seen that.
Microsoft's AI
Yes. Which I
feature that they have in Windows 11. Copilot Plus only works on ARM-based CPUs. If you don't know what that is, I'm not going to explain it.
see. Okay.
You wear it's like a Pit Boy
Sure.
arm
Like a
base.
smartwatch.
ARM-based.
Yeah, like smartwatches and stuff.
Anyway, go.
Okay, then I will explain a little bit. The processor in your phone is ARM-based instead of x86.
That's why you have to hold it. You
So-
hold it.
They are more power efficient, and they're getting to the point where they're more powerful than like regular Intel chips and regular normal desktop computers.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
Makes me feel like I'm getting scammed
So the whole
for the bigger stuff.
industry is slowly moving towards those instead of
Towards arms.
right.
They're
Towards ARMs.
arming the tech industry.
They 100% are.
Okay.
But this Copilot Plus, Microsoft is like, hey, we got this great feature. We're going to take a screenshot of your screen every 5 seconds. And we're going to store it on your computer. And then you can be like, oh, what did I do 3 days ago? And the AI will look through those images and tell you what you did. They call it recall.
Wow.
Total recall.
So, A, that's creepy. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Extremely creepy. Nobody wants that. B, they put this feature out in a preview. And
Without
everybody,
telling anybody.
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
And without, surprising nobody, it wasn't even encrypted. It was just pictures of your computer every 5 minutes in a folder on your hard drive. So Microsoft's literally doing the hacker's job for them. They could just get in and take that without any issues.
Wow. Like when you're doing your online banking.
Yeah,
And like,
anything like that.
dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Dang.
there was a lot of blowback on that.
No.
So, like, they would have had to have limited how far back, like, it would have had to auto-delete after so long, or else it would just, like, start bogging down your computer, right?
I'd fill up your hard drive. It wouldn't bog your computer down.
Well, I mean, that's what I was...
There's a difference. But yes,
Technicality. But, yeah, like,
he's getting me on technical. Okay. The tech guy who's trying to get me on technicalities.
anyway.
Oh, man. I wish our listener could have seen the look. Will gave Patrick the same look that our coworkers do when he tells them jokes.
Yes, it's 100% true. Yeah.
Flat stare.
Right. Like, you've got to be kidding me. I just heard that coming out of your mouth.
Anyway. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, so,
I feel like the FBI should already use stuff like that.
oh, they
right?
probably do.
I mean,
Oh, they've...
But they take the screenshots and
past
put them
that.
on their computers.
right.
They don't keep them on yours.
I meant getting your screenshots and putting them on their
No,
computer.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Right?
But yeah, so that
Interesting.
That was the malware that Microsoft's like, you know what, the hackers, we got you.
We'll be your favorite company. Forget Sony and all of the security breaches they've had.
Or Chase
till we-
Bank.
Because, when they first announced it, people were like, okay, that's got to be encrypted. Like, if you're going to be dumb enough to turn it on, it's got to be encrypted. And then they got it, and it wasn't even encrypted.
And they're like, oh, thanks, Microsoft.
And we're like, what are they doing? Like,
Well.
who made that decision?
Well, that's like if you ever look at like automobile engineering and you look at like a really simple bolt that you have to get to in an engine and like nobody owns the proper sized ratchet and different because when they engineered it, they were like, oh, you'll have to get to this bolt to be able to change this one really common worn out part. But it turns out you have to unbolt the whole engine and drop the chassis and do all of this stuff. And it's because the people that engineer vehicles are probably not that different than the people that engineer software, and they don't think about those things. They just think, wouldn't it be cool if this did this thing? They don't think about the user application.
Well, I kind of feel like with your car example, they're probably engineered separately and then just kind of stuck together. So they don't really know where things are going to go when they're making it.
I don't know.
They could change it, but they're like, it's done. It works.
Yeah, that's what the Microsoft did. They went, yeah, this thing works.
No, there's literally no way somebody didn't think, we should encrypt that.
I guarantee you engineers go, oh, that bolt's going to be hard to get. Doesn't matter.
That's true. But
Because it's just going to force the consumer to go to
the shop. They're like, oh, they'll pay somebody to deal with it.
That's true. That's true.
And especially nowadays.
They really want them to go to the dealership because I know sometimes they make specialty tools.
Yeah, especially if you buy like German automobiles.
Yeah.
Like Volkswagen, Audi.
You have to go to like a special
You
shop.
have to go to specific shops because it's
can't.
tools and there's special programs they need to be able to read things.
Yep.
And like higher end ones, you even have to have like a special thing that unwinds like your brake calipers, like digitally. It's so like electronically, it's so dumb.
I mean, Teslas are the same way. There's a
I can't talk about that.
There was a guy at work that was gonna buy a used Tesla, and I'm like, look, they're cool.
Used would be scary.
But
you really do need a special tool to change the oil in a Tesla.
Stop.
Right?
You have to be a special tool.
To tell somebody you need to change the oil.
Oh, speaking
and
of, I told Patrick about this. I was driving through Napanee the other day, and I saw a Cybertruck. And
No
it is
way,
the
really?
dumbest looking thing
I've seen pictures
ever.
of them, but I've never seen them in real
Yep,
life.
I was on 6 driving into town, and it was driving out of town over on the east side. And my goodness, it
Oh.
was dumb looking.
So dumb.
I was like, that shouldn't exist. That does not.
It's barely a truck. It's like if Minecraft had a truck.
Patrick put it best. What did you tell me, Patrick? You can say it.
I don't remember.
You said it's like somebody took a Hot Wheels truck.
Oh, yeah.
Like the kind that they make that are totally ridiculous.
Totally ridiculous.
And just blew it up to life.
Yes, that is what
Or
what I
like-
said.
The guy who designed it absolutely loved like mid to late 90s video games with just like the hard polygons.
Well, it looks like something you'd see in Cyberpunk 2077, but worse.
Or Tron.
Right?
Yeah, but and you'd imagine like you turn it on and it doesn't have a windshield. It just has cameras that project and
Right.
it goes and like
Or Mad Max.
yeah. Well, then I guess it could be kind of a tank if you put spikes
Right.
on it. Or
See?
something.
Put spikes on it. You're good.
But it just you
Solar
see
panels
it
on
and you're
top.
like, there are certain design aspects when you see it in person that you're like, I like this one thing. Like I like the continuous running light that across the hood. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
like, and other vehicles are doing things like that. That's not exclusive to them.
Well, trucks for a long time have had running lights.
Well, but I mean, like, it's like a full, like it runs the lines of the hood instead of like being by the headlights or whatever. And you see a lot of brake lights like that now that have a continuous line
Yeah.
from like a rear, like quarter panel across the rear of the car. And so like those design choices, that's a thing you see. And they can look cool, but like the truck itself, you're like, you see it and you're like, what? Why? But anyway,
Yeah, somebody around
I hear it
Napanee,
gets good gas mileage.
It's the best.
absolutely fantastic.
0 gallons per mile.
You know,
So it gets terrible.
No,
No.
that would be 0 miles per gallon.
Oh, that's true. 0 gallons per mile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a lot of weird vehicles in Napanee. I was driving out.
They're
on
called
19
buggies, Will.
I know. The weird furry engines
have-
at the front.
They have
No, I was
one
go-
horsepower.
I was going to Warsaw
Hilarious.
and I saw an Alfa Romeo.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
Nice.
that is not a car you see a lot in the United States. And the
Especially
only
in
reason
our
I knew what
area.
it was is because of Top Gear UK
Nice.
and like the Grand Tour.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
It's been the first time I'd seen one in real life.
I've seen them a couple times, but they're not common at all.
No.
So is that the start of Will's banter?
Telling us about interesting rare cars that he.
Yes.
Is that
Sure,
your
I-
topic?
No, I mean,
This is going to be a long episode.
good.
What did you do? Because you actually did some stuff.
I did a little bit. Went over to my parents. We had,
Cookout?
Typical family cookout.
Man, I didn't get a
grilled.
cookout this year because I didn't
Oh.
bring my grill to the new house yet.
Nobody lost a finger.
Nope, everybody still got all their fingers.
Nice.
Did you
nice.
shoot fireworks at all?
No, we didn't do that. We
Well,
didn't have the.
Probably why nobody lost a finger.
I know, right? I have recently invested in an Instant Pot because I know
Nice.
you guys have them. They're good to go.
I
Are they
love
good?
them.
Did you get a name brand one?
Yeah,
Like Instapot.
yeah, like it is.
Really? Because I thought they went out of business.
Well, they did file for bankruptcy, but maybe
Maybe they're still in business.
somebody could have bought them.
That's possible.
But
I don't know, but my mom and sisters in full, their fashion were like, "Oh, those hurt people." We've heard stories of like,
I mean,
my
their
sister-
pressure cooker.
Yeah,
that's
pressure
what they
cookers.
are.
yeah, and like my one sister worked with a woman and she set one, and she must not have had it on right. It popped off, and her like 4-year-old son had 3-degree burns on him afterwards.
I mean, it can
So
happen.
I'm just like, just make sure the lid's on tight, and you should be good.
Well,
to
the thing is it only goes on one way, and it isn't. It does have sensors. It shouldn't start if it's not. It like beeps at you if something's not
Well,
done
and
right.
we don't know if it's name brand or just some generic
That's true.
offshoot.
But I wondered though if lawsuits might have been one of the reasons they ended up filing for bankruptcy. But they are safer. I would consider them safer than a traditional pressure cooker.
Definitely.
I don't remember why. I
know-
knew at one point. Let me look it up.
I actually know a lot of people who have had mishaps with pressure cookers. Like, because my aunts and stuff would like can, and you use a pressure cooker to seal
you do.
cans and stuff. And dude, I know a lot of people who've had stuff go wrong. But I make rice, and I basically use mine as a glorified rice cooker. I make pulled pork in it. My wife likes doing pork butts in it.
Yeah, that is
because
good.
it's just a fast, slow cooker.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to use it yet. It just showed up today, so
Rice, bro. Rice.
rice, bro. I do love rice.
And it's simple because it's 1 cup to rice, 1 cup to water.
Yep.
So, and then you hit the rice button, and like 12 minutes later, boom, you have
White,
delicious.
fluffy rice.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay, are you ready for this?
About their bankruptcy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're giving us a fact.
Yes.
He actually Googled something this time. It was usually I'm the
Oh,
one
you
that's
guys
like,
flipped. You flipped. What?
Okay. This is the, I don't know, CEO, somebody. He said, in particular, tightening of credit terms and higher interest rates impacted our liquidity levels and made our capital structure unsustainable.
So they couldn't charge more, and it was the overhead was costing them. Is what that sounds like.
So they filed for bankruptcy so they could continue paying their workers and vendors.
So they are still producing.
Yep.
Interesting. Corporate bankruptcy is so
I
weird.
think they did a Chapter 11 or something.
Well, I'm going to close the chapter on that. I'm glad you can still get Instapots. I like mine. Patrick has some good
Yep.
Instapot recipes.
Chapter 11.
yeah, those really good sandwiches you made that one time, or you made that in your Instant Pot, didn't you?
Sandwiches?
You did your thing for your
Er,
pockets, I think, the one
Oh.
time.
Oh, yeah, they
Your
were
spinach,
pockets.
your spinach
I don't think I
thing.
did that in the Instant Pot, did I?
I don't know.
Well, you
I don't think
you didn't
I
put the
normally
lid
do.
on it.
Right. I just cooked it up in
You
there.
just cooked it in there because we were at his old house,
Right.
Chris's old house, and you're like, I'm just gonna bring this and cook it up in here.
Sure. Yeah.
But the fact you can even do things like that, it's super handy.
It is super handy. They're really nice. I have one.
Yes. Anyway,
Will said you and I had them. That's why
I wasn't listening. I was Googling stuff.
Anyway, Will, go
it's
ahead.
hard to listen and
continue.
Google at the same time, isn't it, Pat?
What?
Yep.
So you had fun at your parents'.
Yep.
Did you guys do anything like
we,
play games or anything?
We did play games a little bit. My mom was busy cooking. We were all just kind of helping her out in the kitchen, so we just spent a lot of family time together, making fun of her.
No lawn darts?
And no lawn darts.
Oh, dang.
I found out you guys know what tahine is, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yes, we do. I even know how to pronounce it now.
Wow, I love
Well,
tahini.
she had been pronouncing it Tajin.
Right.
That's what Patrick said the first time too, because he didn't know. It
wasn't
was something
quite
like that.
but it was similar.
Yeah.
And she asked, like, my sister, hey, could you put, like, the Tajin back? And I sat there for a minute, like, Tajin? You mean tahine?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't realize that it's a Spanish word
Yeah.
or how Spanish works, to be fair.
But she doesn't call them jalapenos. She calls them jalapenos, which is
No.
what I told her.
Well, it's jalapenos.
But then, yeah, apparently my sisters had been making fun of her about that previously in the day.
Oh, really?
And they had stopped at that Big B Coffee that's in Plymouth now. And
Yeah, go on.
Jessica's going to get a matcha latte, which is like a latte that just has matcha in it, right? Obviously self-explained.
Self-explanatory, yeah.
I like how you wanted to explain it, and you were like, "I really shouldn't have to do that."
Yeah, it's pretty easy. And she kept calling it like or my mom, when she ordered it, called it like a matcha latte.
A matcha latte?
Like a michelada.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess
Man.
she got some heckling about that on the way home. So
That makes me want clamato.
naturally, it is pretty good stuff in it. So naturally, when I got there, I too had to do some minor heckling,
Sure.
as I always do.
Is it really a family gathering without minor heckling?
Oh no.
I didn't think so.
I'm always the one getting heckled at mine. It's less fun when it's you.
You just gotta dish it right back.
I'm having flashbacks to it was Thanksgiving or Christmas when they were all making fun of me for reading that book.
It was mainly your sister, right?
Yeah, endless.
Right.
Endless.
Right.
Oh, the wings of a feather one.
Fourth
wing.
wing.
Yeah,
I
that's
think you called it that when we talked
Probably.
about it on the...
That would make sense, yeah.
This has all kinds of callbacks.
So all kinds of callbacks.
You think we're doing it on purpose?
We're not.
But I remember you
I don't
telling me about
believe you.
that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
it's like Susan's favorite book ever now almost, so
I can't.
Yeah, she's into that kind of stuff.
I mean,
it is.
people that's their favorite book. I just don't know that I can trust them.
The answer is you can't.
Okay, perfect.
Well, I don't
Okay.
think you did before.
So
you can You just keep on doing what you're doing.
We're heckling now.
I mean, when it comes to Susan, sure, you're not wrong.
She doesn't listen to this. It's okay.
I haven't seen her in over a year.
Wow, isn't that nuts? Did you
Oh,
stop?
To
You
the-
said, that's not true. You saw her at
But-
Theo's
So?
birthday party.
oh, that's right. Not so to the butt.
And you came to cookie decorating, didn't you?
Nope. I had something going on.
Didn't you stop in at some point over the holidays?
Oh, I did.
Maybe.
No,
I wouldn't consider that you guys didn't like hang out, but I
No,
feel
I stopped in for like 5 minutes
yeah, that's
because I was
So-
in the area
but you're right. It's been like 2 years since game night.
since game night. Yeah, 2 years. That's kind
We
of
still haven't finished the last mission of Imperial Assault.
I hadn't even thought about that. It's been
We
a long
literally
time.
got to the last one.
the last mission, listener. The last mission.
I know.
And then everyone's like, well, I guess we're just done.
Yeah, we can finish it and tell them how it went.
Yeah, why not?
Anyway.
Anyway.
Well, what else have you been up to?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
What'd you
was
do
that,
besides
Thursday?
cooking out on the
Friday, I did some stuff around the house that just needed to be done. And then some that's like general stuff like mowing the yard and grocery shopping for the weekend. Not really a whole lot.
4th? Did you go to Costco?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's such a great place. I even
I need to
found
go back sometime.
a guy on YouTube that reviews the monthly deals for Costco's.
Yeah.
He does like Aldi's and all these other stores too. But he tells you like, he's like, this might not be at your local one, but at least at my local one, this is what they have. So check at yours kind of thing. And yeah, he does like Costco, Aldi's. I think it's like Target maybe. Some of the other like main stores they have around the country.
Yeah.
And they had a nice like grill brush, and it reminded me of like the onion. I'm like, I was go buy a bag of onions. I'm fine. Yeah. Then I played that game that you.
Zenless Zone Zero.
Yeah.
The
I played that.
new they're not called MiHoYo anymore. They're called HoYoverse.
right.
Yeah.
Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Have you tried Honkai?
I didn't do Impact. I did Star Rail.
Because I feel like because you like turn-based RPGs,
Yeah,
I could
and
see
that-
you enjoying Honkai.
I
Star
did play
Rail.
that
Okay,
on my phone.
that makes sense. Yep, I have
'Cause
it
it
on my
was-
phone.
Yeah. I
It's
played
like
it for,
an easy pick up and play one.
yeah, you can just play whatever you want. It's not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy Genshin that much. That wasn't for me.
I played it for a little while and like ran around the area because it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like open world, you can find stuff, and there were some puzzles. So I played that one for a little while, and then I've been playing this new one, and I had fun because it has like those Persona 5 elements to it.
I was gonna ask if it made you think of Persona.
a little bit because it's like
It's like
You just
times
walk
of
around-
day and like
you
yeah.
gotta manage your time. You gotta fill your schedule. But then they also have the
cooking moments, kind of like from Monster Hunter.
yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Yeah.
The coffee guy is awesome.
Tin Master. Yeah,
Yeah, his head is a coffee grinder.
it is.
Yeah, like it's amazing.
And his nose is like the
handle of an espresso machine.
Yeah.
Yes. But and I like that the cup like what he does is different depending on what you order.
No, yeah, they both of them make your order for you. And
The level of quality of that game.
for a free to play gotcha game, they go all out.
But it's because they're the kings of that. You're
It
talking
is.
about the game released at 10 p.m. on July 3rd. And by like Saturday, they had 50 million downloads across all platforms.
Yep.
And nothing like on PlayStation, Steam, and phones, people were reporting that they had like no bugs. Like the game is stupidly polished, which is impressive for anything nowadays. That's what
Incredibly.
gets them an audience.
Well, like good servers and
waifus, but
you can't get away from that.
they have
anywhere,
furries and
though.
waifus in the new game.
I guess
The
so.
Shark Tail girl weirds me out, man. That is a weird
Which-
looking. The
I guess she
maid
is.
with the shark tail.
Yeah, I guess she is on that front page thing.
Yeah, and you can play like a demo, like a trial with her to earn something. And her moveset is way more complex than the other ones. It has like press to hold for like charging up attacks, and like
Oh.
she has combos, and it's cool. But aesthetically, a big shark tail on the back of a person is weird to me. That's my brain does not like it. She's got little bitty shark teeth too, and it's just like,
You need to watch more One Piece.
bro. But here's the other thing. Tell me that the impressive part of that game is not the level of the animation quality.
It is actually really good. The panel kind of scenes where it's almost like a comic book.
Oh yeah,
Those are cool, but I love the actual fully animated because they run like Scooby-Doo style. Where it's like
Dude.
super animate, like they're super expressive but
each
they're kind
character
of
is
elasticy.
Yes, I was gonna say they're like bendy.
Yeah.
Yes, but their personas are captured so well through their animations.
It is.
It's nuts. Also, some of them have like hidden abilities. I'm a filthy casual when it comes to those types of games where I'm just going to
definitely.
button mash and just have a good time until it doesn't work
That's all
like
I've
that
done.
anymore. Right? But yeah, the animation quality, it's just the production quality of the game is like on just another level for most free games.
Definitely, without a doubt.
But it is a gotcha, a free to play. So you do have like a billion currencies and level up things. And so as an experiment, because I have it on the PS5 and I also have it on my phone, and I don't like playing it on my phone because it doesn't look good compared to the PS5. But I used all my gotcha tickets on my phone versus my PS5 to see like what I would get either way, and maybe be like, well, I'll play on whatever platform I get what I like. Yeah, I didn't get like a single character on any of my pulls on the phone, and on the PS5 I have like 3 or 4 characters I've gotten. So
Yeah,
I was
I was
like,
gonna
well,
say-
I guess I'm sticking with the PS5.
I was gonna say I think I got a few characters. Like I got the guy with the drill on his
I got
arm.
him too.
I think his name's like
Axel
Anton.
or Anton, that's his name.
Yeah, and
The
then
owner of the construction company.
I got the bear.
I
which
got
is
Ben.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I got him too.
I think I got maybe 1 or 2 others.
I got the biker girl with the baseball bat, and the
Okay.
other, I think she's a biker and she has like a chainsaw axe thing. But anyway, Patrick's like,
I have nothing to add to this conversation.
but yeah, I'm glad I told you about it. I'm glad you checked it out.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun way to fill a little bit of time in the weekend.
Yeah, I didn't play it a ton, but I did here and there when I got the chance.
Yeah.
Have you been playing anything else? Oh, talk about, what did you tell me you started?
Since I finished Tales of Arise, they had that other game that I didn't know they had made before that called Scarlet Nexus.
Did you play that? That seems like a game you would own. Do you have Scarlet Nexus?
Probably. He doesn't remember.
I don't
It's probably in
remember.
his Steam library.
I can look. You want me to look?
Yeah, check to
He's
see
the
if
one
you have
looking
Scarlet
stuff up
Nexus.
this time. But it is very much like a partner game to it, because in the Tales of Arise, I just got like this random sword at the beginning for downloading it as like
Okay.
a DLC item. I had no idea where it came from. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. But it's like the guy's sword from Scarlet Nexus. So when I opened it
Okay.
up, you could actually get like the burning mask and the flaming sword and stuff from
In Scarlet Nexus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because when you were playing Tales, I was playing Scarlet Nexus, and I was like, oh, you get the main guy's stuff. Mechanically, though, it's pretty much the same. You were saying, like, the idea of the combat's kind of similar
I actually think the combat in Scarlet Nexus is a little bit better.
with the telekinesis and stuff.
Yeah, because it's a little bit more fluid. It chains together a little bit better.
I don't own it.
You don't own it.
Nope.
There's a game out there Pat doesn't own.
There's a lot of games I don't own.
But good ones?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. But you do own, like, Persona and things like that, right?
I do.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Because you like JRPGs to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Well, those
Don't
are
have
Will's
time for them anymore.
favorite games, right? Would you say JRPGs are your favorite game, Will?
I'd say my favorite games do fall in that category, yes.
That's what I was going to say. Most of your
They're
games
not-
that you'd consider your favorites would be JRPGs.
Yeah. For whatever reason, it's kind of what I fell into as a kid.
Yeah. I enjoy a lot of them, too.
did it hurt?
A little bit, sometimes.
It depends which one you
Some
fall
of the characters
into.
died. And
Some of
it
those
was painful.
spiky hair and...
Sure.
most of them had swords, too. So
That's
that's
true.
you got to
One-
dodge those.
One of them has a keyblade.
Yeah.
That is true. Open doors, chop them down.
What were we playing recently that we were making Kingdom Hearts jokes about? What
It was
was it?
Destiny.
Was it?
Yeah, because we were going through and we were going into the Traveler,
Oh,
but it
that's
had all
right.
the darkness around it.
And-
But the lights was showing it out like, oh, it's
Yeah, we kept making Kingdom Hearts as light jokes
because
because of the darkness and all that. Yeah.
the kind of opening to that new DLC was
It was. I remember
very
now. That's
because
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
It was very
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
Cool.
Did you do anything else?
not really.
No? Got some game time in, hung
Got
with
some
your
game
fam.
time.
Hung
Family
out with your
time.
family on Sunday too, right?
No,
Oh, you didn't have a Sunday get together?
no,
I
not
thought maybe
this
you
time.
did. But well, that's cool.
I might
Yes.
try to get some game time in tonight.
You 100% should try.
I'm going to
Depends on how long.
100% try.
Depends on how long this episode recording goes on for, I
That's
guess.
true.
We're just making this super long bonus because it's the 1 year anniversary. So it's the bonus for all of those who enjoy the nonsense.
Sure.
My wife was out of town. I took her to the airport. She flew to Arizona. I just dropped her off, said, have fun, pick somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, dang it.
And yes, on the anniversary,
Maybe she went to Vegas.
Chris dropped his
Dude,
phone.
I haven't dropped my phone in a few issues.
This is his new phone.
Yep, it's been dropped, I think, one other time.
Did it?
I don't know, Pat. Have you ever dropped it before? Because it's your old phone.
No, I never dropped it.
Well, first time for everything.
So I don't know if I'd call that a drop. It slid off my lap, okay? The phone dropped.
It's a gravity
Did I
drop.
drop it? So anyway, so it was me and the kiddos. We didn't do much on the 4th or 5th. No, the 5th we went to Warsaw. I'd offered to take them to a movie. They opted out of that and wanted to get lunch. So we went to Salvatore's, got lunch. I had their lasagna because that's
It's a
not
good
something.
choice, Salvatore's.
Yeah, it was decent. I thought their spaghetti and meatballs was kind of meh, pretty below average. My daughter didn't like their meatball at all. She gave it to me. Their lasagna was good.
Was it?
I
I
chose.
love a good lasagna.
Yeah, I chose lasagna because it's not something I get to have very often because my daughter and wife do not enjoy it. So we don't make it very often.
Mm-hmm.
They say they don't enjoy it, but they totally will eat it when you make it. And they sure seem to like it. But anyway,
Hey, well,
um,
I usually enjoy most things that are good.
I think most of us do.
Right. But-
So
You specified you enjoy a good lasagna.
Oh, did I say?
Yeah, you did.
I don't know. You can enjoy like a mediocre hamburger, right?
I don't
Sure.
know, Pat. Can you?
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
So anyway,
Just because it has too
I
much
can-
reduction on it.
I can enjoy a mediocre meatloaf. Meatloaf is something I could just about enjoy. It'd have to be pretty bad for me not to like it.
Meatloaf, yeah.
Meatloaf, mashed potatoes.
Meatloaf's pretty good. Mashed potato. Oh,
It can be pretty bland, and I'll just ketchup that puppy up or something and just eat it, or
Right.
gravy or whatever is available. So
Baked beans. You ever eat yours with baked beans? My mom always does.
meatloaf?
Yeah. My mom always does meatloaf,
Yeah.
mashed potatoes, and baked beans.
No, that sounds kind of British. Because like
it's not on
haven't-
toast.
it's also not tomato-based beans. That
Unless you
would
make
be.
a meatloaf sandwich.
I love meatloaf sandwiches.
Sloppy
Boy,
Joe.
how do you know you're from the?
Sloppy Joe.
How do you know you're from the Midwest? I love meatloaf sandwich.
I love spaghetti sandwiches.
That sounds like a lot of carbs.
Which I thought was like
It's
kind of
so
weird.
good.
But then in Japan, they have yakisoba buns, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah, Japan does a lot of things though. Like
They do.
they'll put carb in carb sometimes. There'll be like rice inside a bun or something. It's like, although I'm a big fan of onigiri.
That is good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of onigiri. We've made it at home before.
A previous guest to the podcast, Nick,
Yeah.
who was on the Spider-Man issue, went to Japan for his honeymoon
Yep.
recently, and he got takoyaki, which is like fried
Yeah.
octopus.
Fried
And he
octopus
said-
balls.
That's
Yeah.
what the balls were that we ate.
Yeah, and
They also have a card game based around that.
yeah, let's have one about sushi called Sushi Go.
No, I mean use a regular deck of cards
And it's called takoyaki.
called takoyaki.
Anyway, but he got authentic takoyaki.
From a street vendor, and he
Oh.
said like the meat, well the fried dough part is good, like the sauce is good, but it has like those little things on top. I don't remember what he called them.
Little
they're like-
things on top.
I don't know, some kind of garnish or something. He said those were not good. He did not like them.
Interesting. They're made differently depending where you go.
Oh, yeah.
Where in Japan did he go? I'm curious. I've been watching.
I think he did go to Tokyo, but I think he went with.
I thought maybe he'd go to like Kyoto or somewhere.
I think they did travel around though.
Did
I think
they?
They went to a few different cities
That's cool.
because they were on a train. I'd have to ask him again.
I'll have to ask him. He
Oh,
can
yeah,
tell
you
me
can.
about it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What a cool trip. I made. Oh, this is part of my banter. So Friday we ate at Salvatore's. After that we went to Chimps, and the kids picked out some minis because I've been mini painting again. And they were like, we want to paint. So I was like, okay, we'll go. You can pick out minis. So they picked out some stuff to paint. My son picked out what he called a squid because that's what it looked like. It's like a baby kraken is what it is.
Oh, okay.
And he has played with it in the bath now because I made sure to seal it. I varnished it at the end so he could play with it after he painted it. But we picked out minis. Then we went to the store, picked up some ingredients for a few dishes I wanted to make over the weekend. And Saturday, my son and I went with my mom, and we went blueberry picking, which is always fantastic.
That is a
And,
good time.
Oh my goodness, they were delicious, so good. We picked a whole bunch, and I bet I'm already at least a quarter of the way or more through them, and there's a lot. So
Yeah.
I also tried fresh blueberries with ricotta cheese, which is freaking amazing.
I
If you
bet.
haven't had it, you need to. Wow. And once we got, after we went blueberry picking, my mom wanted to stop at this discount store, so we stopped. I got some interesting sounding sauces for big discounts and some cereals and things like that, you know, why you go to a discount store.
Is one of them Worcestershire sauce?
It was not Worcestershire sauce, but there were a few I got. I got like this chipotle street taco sauce.
Ooh.
I got a peach habanero sauce, like all kinds of stuff. But anyway, so then I got home and I cooked for 5 to 6 hours.
Like a full-time job right
Like
there.
I was in the kitchen chopping and cooking and creating a demi-glace. I created a nice, super tasty demi-glace, which is kind of like a gravy, a brown gravy. And then I made ketchup chicken fried rice, traditional Japanese style. And then I made a proper omelet to go with it, made omurice.
Oh,
So
nice.
I made omurice. Yes, it took because I had to make the demi glaze because you can make the fried rice and the omelet in like 20 minutes or whatever, but I had to make the demi glaze and that legit took like with everything else probably took me like 5 hours. Plus I made like the kids' lunch before that, so I was literally like in the kitchen for close to 5 to 6 hours. And also like washing dishes and trying to keep it, in moderate control while I was doing all this stuff. It turned out super good. And then Sunday we went to church. After church, I went and I cooked my homemade pasta sauce, made up a batch of that.
Oh, yeah.
So I was in the kitchen. That cooked for like 2 hours. I also made some other stuff for them to eat and for lunch. And then I was cleaning the house because then Theo and I went to go get Sierra from the airport. She flew back on Sunday, got her home. Then I made my homemade meatballs. And so and then cleaned up all that. So yeah, between Saturday and Sunday, I was probably cooking and cleaning for like 10 to 12 hours, but if you count housework as well, at least. But yeah, it actually got to the point where, I won't talk about that on air, but there was an issue that popped up. But yeah,
We're all about issues here.
It was good. That was basically how I spent my Saturday and Sunday, cooking and cleaning. We ate very well.
Oh, I bet.
So, it was a good time. It was.
Sounds like it.
But omurice, I was sharing some of my cooking with a friend of mine, with my honorary daughter, and because she has a culinary certificate now from Ivy Tech. She's working at Spike's in the kitchen by Noah Noah's.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, and so I was sending her pictures as I was doing stuff, and she was just mind blown that I do things like that. We had never really talked about it, so it was fun. She was like, she goes, we have to get together and have like a cooking day. And I was like, sure, I'd be down. That's fine. But yeah, it was fun. Good time.
Nice.
That was like the most I've had to banter about in like forever.
Nice.
Right.
Anyway. Do we have emails?
We have 2.
Oh, man.
Both of them are for Christoph.
What?
But listen, okay.
The first one is just his sign
I'm
off.
just gonna says yin-yanging all the way. Hey, issues. Doing some follow-ups here, and since I'm trailing a podcast behind, really need to figure out time travel emailing. Well, Chris, you succeeded. Or should I say Christoph? Because this showed up June 27th, right? That's what it says. And technically that was 2 weeks ago. So we've already recorded. But when we recorded last week, I didn't have this email. The email I had at the top of my list was the one from Heather about babies and chainsaws.
Oh, yeah.
And I refreshed it. I'm like, oh, okay. This is the top email. I'm going to read these 3. And so you succeeded in time travel email because somehow I got it before that. I don't know.
Good job, Christoph.
Yep.
Wow.
So
You did it.
It's probably his arm that he used.
yeah, he must have a really strong arm,
He's using
Hilarious.
that arm tech.
Hilarious.
right? Did Patrick ever fix his car thing after last week's podcast recording, or was it more fake news?
You
Yeah,
did.
I fixed it.
Yeah, you fixed it one time.
I fixed it.
Zip tied it up.
Zip tied it up.
Some duct tape, some Bondo.
Nope, zip tied. Legit.
legit.
Oh, okay, cool.
2 zip ties.
Fixed. I am so happy to see more
3
Will
zip
White
ties.
news. As I now have a new book to listen to, I would definitely be Varric. Snappy, sarcastic, and way too much to say all the time.
Wow.
Interesting. I happened to try Lorena's cookies during my last Mexico vacation.
Wow.
And they are quite delicious.
Wow.
Just make sure she isn't just fattening you guys up, because that would be an issue.
It would be an issue.
Wow. Wow.
Talking about follow-ups, haven't seen that picture of those cookies on the Facce book
I knew
page
he was
yet.
going to say something. I knew it.
Chris is like all fiancés start out all hot, but just goes and breaks your heart.
Yeah, I realized today, I was like, I haven't put anything on the Facebook in like 2 weeks. I forgot. Well, every time I've tried to pull it up, I've been having issues.
Ah,
I like Will's suggestion of me entertaining myself. I am pretty funny
Wow.
looking. Ha! That's what it says,
Good thing that doesn't count on the podcast.
right? Laura and myself are now the yin and yang of sign-offs. LW versus the longest emailer. Heather just yelled at me to stop listening to my boyfriend and come to dinner. Better listen to my true love and stop listening to my issues love.
Huh.
Yours truly,
Torn.
the holder of the truth about fries, the no longer the saddest. The I want to be Patrick too, the longtime listener, first time emailer every time, the one who charges things all the time, the one who fights IRS edits, the Logan, the prolonger of podcasts, the hunter of Superboy, the nutso to the butts-o, the bigamist, the sixth chic, the ying to LW's yang, Christoph.
Wow. Well, thanks, Christoph. There's your first email.
Yeah, your time traveling email that I didn't have last time, but this is our most recent one from him.
Nice. What do we got?
A tsunami of tears.
Oh, it's because he
see.
checked the Facebook again, probably. He's weeping.
you'll see.
Weeping.
Guys, I have a serious issue. Do you know someone who can help? My favorite podcast in the world canceled a very fun part of their schedule, and then the media in charge told me to cry him a river about it. Did you hear that evil laugh, Christoph? There's no remorse in it. Oh, the tears. Oh, the humanity. How are you going to make sure Will doesn't wither away? His voice definitely sounded a little underfed on that issue. Oh, what a cruel world.
Wow.
Patrick definitely would lose in running around the house with me, mostly because I have loads of experience racing through my house with my wonderful doggo Tilly,
That's true.
who, by the way, is excited to be on the call-in issue and has all her bark questions ready.
Oh, my God.
Bring it on.
Wow.
Bring it on. That was Will, not me. I didn't say that.
You were just repeating.
I was repeating Will.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of funny. Based off our previous conversation, I'm just going to read it. But it says, don't read on air if Patrick or Katie do not want it known in Hollywood. So previously she didn't have her name out there. So that kind of clicks that one.
Maybe.
I can't believe Patrick forgot what he did the weekend before the weekend after the podcast, timey-wimey stuff. You moved in the girlfriend.
I did.
So in that one paragraph after our previous
I know,
discussion,
right?
he drops her name and
The
the fact she
whole
moved
thing.
in.
The whole thing.
So I'm like, I had read that before getting here, and I'm like, well, now I can just read both of those things.
Oh, wow.
And then if you want to, you can just cut them out.
I think
Okay.
that's up to you.
It's up to Katie.
Stop saying her name in case she doesn't want it. You're just giving me more work.
Katie. Okay, you can read again, Roomba. I'm sending this early in the hope of getting in for the top 10 episode. Well, good job, Christoph, because you did it. You are here
Oh, shoot.
in the moment.
In the moment.
He
Wow.
anticipated the future,
Wow.
and now he's here in the room with us, spiritually speaking.
Sure.
So this is his top 10 episode list.
Oh, top 10 episodes.
Yes.
Wow.
10, Spider-Man. Who doesn't
Oh,
love a
thank
good
you
pun?
for doing reverse order just like we do. I appreciate that.
Yep.
9, Robin. Screw you, Batman. Thor. That hammer really blows. Professor X. Bald telepathy is the best. 6, Captain America. Earth's
Wow.
very own Superman. Black Widow. All power, no super needed. Storm makes it rain all day long. Rogue, strong, sassy, and flies. Captain Picard, you read a comic with him.
Oh.
We did.
I
He's
considered.
technically a
I
comic book
wondered
character.
if we should include those.
Number 1, guys with issues.
Number 1 on the pod and number 1 in your heart.
That's what it sounds like.
I leave you with this existential question.
Okay.
If being shocked by electricity to death is called electrocution, then what is being shocked to death by an awesome podcast called?
Podcasticution.
I was gonna say audio.
It's called an issue.
You definitely have one final one.
One final issue. Yep.
Yours truly, the no longer saddest, the I want to be Patrick 2, the long-time listener, first-time emailer every time, the one who charges things all the time, the one who fights the IRS, edits the Logan, the Prolonger podcast, the Hunter of Superboy, the Nutso to the Butso, Redacted, the Sixth Sheik, the Ying to LW's Yang, the Extreme River Crier.
Wow.
Wait, which one was the Redacted?
He's going to look it up.
Oh, he redacted the Bigamist.
Oh, did he break up with me
Hey, I think he just did.
on air?
I think that's what it is. I think
I have
he's
no idea what's going on between you two.
He broke up with me because I told him cry me a river.
over a text message, basically.
Wow.
I don't know. Is an email
On
better?
air.
Let's get into this. Is an email better or worse than a text message when you're getting broken up with?
I mean,
what's really the difference between an email and a text message? First?
text message you get immediately, and there's the potential for a back and forth. An email you may not see right away, and they could just they're like, we're done.
just yeah.
So email's like an even meaner way to do it.
I think so.
Wow.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, and here I was going to have us grab from your snack bag today. Well, we're still going to.
We are.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Dang it. Wow. I feel empty. I feel like a chunk of love was just pulled away from
You got
me.
one less Chris in your life.
Need an apple?
What?
You feel empty.
I was like
When I feel empty, I need
You
a
eat an
snack or something.
Well, that's exactly what we're about to do.
When I feel empty, I need an apple. Sounds like an advertising campaign. So, you know what time it is. It's time for Will Tries Weird Things. Ah, yes.
Is this the part where you play that weird accordion music?
Yes.
Cool.
Nice.
Weird accord. Playful.
Oh, sure, that's the thing.
Okay. Wilhelm, get your hand ready because you're about to stick it in a
My
dark
snack
hole.
hand is ready to go
Why
into
would
the
you
dark.
say that?
Ow. I think that just paper
I got him good. Yoga Pops popped water lily
Yoga
seeds.
Pop? What? Where's
Water
your
lily
drops?
seeds? Just pull the red.
Oh, I was looking for the little one.
Nourish your inner yogi. We're out to India.
Oh, he brought us Indian snacks?
Seems like it.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, bro, tear it open. Stop reading. You said Yoga Pops. Yoga
Yeah.
Pop. You know the song
He's
Dirty
empty.
Pop?
He needs a snack.
Wow.
What do they smell like?
An Indian restaurant.
Ooh, then I'm going to like them. Oh, they're like puff balls. They're like our...
You smell the bag?
Oh, that smells awesome.
I know, right?
Okay, Will, go for it. You're the star of this segment. Ooh, that's crunchy. Okay, I'm trying to.
Wow. That's a lot of turmeric.
That's interesting. Lily seeds.
It's like popcorn and curry had a baby.
Reminds me almost of a rice puff. Interesting. I love the seasoning. But that's because I would just eat seasoning like powder.
I could eat these for a while.
Right? They're pretty good.
I would agree. I would say that that's I'm with Patrick on this one. Savory, yum.
Oh yeah.
They
Definitely
taste like they'd be semi-healthy. You think they have a healthy taste to them?
No,
You don't think so?
I don't.
I mean, turmeric is supposed to be pretty good for you, actually.
I have a lot of tea with turmeric. Turmeric and ginger tea. Patrick, what's it like health-wise? It's got any sugars?
Okay, so there are 2 servings per container.
That's decent.
Wow.
We probably, between the 3 of us, just ate a serving.
5
Right.
grams of fat per serving.
Okay, well, that's no...
220 milligrams of sodium.
What's the carbohydrates and the
6 grams
sugars?
of carbohydrates. 0 sugars.
See, that's not bad. That's not a bad snack. It's a pretty healthy snack.
1 milligram of iron.
There we go. That makes it right there.
That's
and
what...
2
that's
grams
the-
of protein.
See?
Wow.
Boom.
It's actually really high for something like that.
Those are good. Do you guys want to try a bonus thing? How do you feel about licking your finger?
Well, I just did it. So,
So,
was it not supposed to do that early, or?
I was given this hot sauce today.
Here we go.
It's from the Pepper Palace in Gatlinburg.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be super hot.
You want me to go get some tortilla chips?
No, sure. You can do that, I suppose. Something to dab it on or a
Yeah, something
spoon.
to
I don't
dab it
care.
on. I got chips.
You
I'll
got
be back.
you got those tamarind spoons. You could just slather it up on one of those and lick it till it's not there anymore.
The hot sauce or the spoon?
I was gonna say the tamarind,
Oh,
but no. This was I gave one of my coworkers some cash money because they said that they were going down and they were going to the Pepper Palace, and they said, "Hey, you know, you like hot sauce? Look on their website, see if there's something you want me to pick up." And I gave them money, and I said, "Just grab me something. What, like, you know that I can eat hot stuff. I enjoy things like that." And their husband picked this out because it's one that he really likes.
it's always better when the husband picks it out because he's probably another spice bro.
Well, yeah, he's Hispanic too.
Oh,
And
that's even better.
here's the thing. My brother-in-law is Hispanic, and he loves doing spicy challenge stuff. But his brother does not. So
Okay.
being Hispanic does not mean you like spicy stuff. Does it mean you're more likely to eat spicy stuff? From the
Definitely.
Hispanics that I've known, I would say yes, that your tolerance and your frequency of consumption is probably a little higher than a lot of people. But I would say that that it doesn't guarantee it. It's not.
I guess it depends if you're from the motherland or not, too.
Is it called the motherland?
Like Mexico, I guess, is what it's called. But
Patrick, do you have a knife? Hold on. Actually, I got this.
or do you? And this is how Chris goes to the hospital because he got hot sauce to the eye.
So,
Just cut it.
hold on.
Cut it, Patrick. As he's cutting that, careful, the lid is off.
I know.
Okay, that's good, man. I can tear it from there.
I got confirmation. You don't need to edit anything.
Oh, that was nice.
Sweet.
Thanks, Katie. Okay. We're having a bonus. See how hot this is. Will, you get to try it.
Yeah, we'll try spicy things.
Our mouths are going to be all drooly and stuff.
Is it supposed to be spicy?
Yes. Like, very.
Okay.
You like spicy stuff, Pat?
I do, but
But not on
not
a
in the
mic.
middle of a podcast.
We're going to be like, number 10. Oh, it'll be like the beginning all over again.
All over again.
I didn't put a whole lot on there because there wasn't a whole lot of chip on that one.
You going to take it first and give him the warning on how much he should have?
It's got some kick to it, Pat.
His eyes might be watering.
They're starting to.
This is
Who gave this to you?
it's one
Angie.
of those.
How dare she?
because she went to Gatlinburg. You
Does
missed
she-
my story.
Does she even listen to the podcast?
Nope. We're not doing this for her. We're doing it for us.
Oh,
It's not that bad actually. It hits up front, but
That's tasty though.
it is really good.
It's just hopping. Oh, I caught it in my throat trying to talk.
well, that'll learn you. Oh, it's not as bad as you made it sound.
No,
I mean, it's hot.
at first I thought it was because it hits rapidly.
Right.
It's not one of those sleepers that slow.
No, it
builds,
hits
you
you
know?
right away because it's habanero. I don't have a drink.
I don't either.
We're gonna try. He's drinking beer. You beer fiend.
But it plateaus.
You
pretty
know, that would
quickly.
actually be pretty good with spinach pita pockets.
I was just gonna say that this is probably on par with your ghost pepper
Yeah.
collard green
It
one.
is, yeah.
As far as heat goes. Although licking that excess, my tongue is on fire now.
got all the concentrate on it.
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna be drooling on the mic.
Can confirm beer does not kill the
Nope.
heat.
Alcohol does not help at all.
In most situations, on a
Ain't that the
podcast,
truth?
it does a little.
Just a touch. Just a touch.
So anyway, this is gonna be a long episode.
Is it weird that it makes me want to eat more of those?
No, pop a few of those. Maybe I'll eat one too.
Pop some Yogi Pops.
Yogi pop.
Dirty pop.
I can't stop. Once you pop, you just can't stop.
Yoga pop.
Potato.
One you get from the activity, the other one you get from the man that leads the activity. But that is tastier than I expected. I saw that it was a heavily vinegar-based sauce.
Oh,
it's
definitely.
It's basically just vinegar and habanero and extract. Like, that's basically all it is. I only took a couple the first time. I wanted some extra. So, now, don't mind me.
As we have a second time of snacks.
Do I cut this out? Do I leave it? That's the question.
I know,
Patrick's
Patrick.
going to say cut it.
It depends on how funny we are.
Well, we do have somebody that wrote in specifically saying they want more mouth sounds, the weirdo.
Yeah, the weirdo.
So here you go, LW. All for you.
So, we don't have a synopsis. Did you bring a synopsis?
Of the last year of guys with issues?
I did.
Oh, good.
Guess what? We're getting a synopsis today.
It's Roomba Chris joining us.
Get ready, because this is going to suck.
Sure.
I've actually kind of been saving that line, so thanks
Get
for
ready because this is
stealing it.
going to suck.
For when I like really botch a
Oh,
synopsis.
I have all kinds of fun statistics for us. Patrick, did you ever look to see how many total issues we read?
nope.
So, I might be a little off on this. I went through, and I'm pretty sure I never double counted. And I pretty sure I captured everything. So if I'm a few issues off, I'm a few issues short of a full episode. So, do you guys have a guess? What's your guess? How many issues do you think we read over the course of the last year? They're thinking
230.
230.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I was just going to go 200. Like a nice round.
200. The total number of comic books that we have read for this podcast, not counting our extracurricular reading, because I know you did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
He did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I did a lot of bit of that.
Yeah.
We read over the course of 1 year. Really, it was like a year and a half for us, though. Okay, let's.
In our time, yeah.
But a year's worth of episodes. We read 332 comic books.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Pat was almost exactly 100 short.
I was.
out of 332 comics, what do you think? Rough estimate, because this is going to be a window of a couple thousand anyway. How many pages do you think that might be? If you had to guess. If you had to guess. Our listeners going, I already know the answer. No.
2,342.
Wow, that was really specific. What do you got? 332 issues. How many pages do you think that might have been?
Let's do some quick maths
Wow.
here.
He's cheating. He's pulling a calculator out.
I know.
Okay, so while he's calculating, I'm going to continue. So for this year of podcasting,
That can't be right.
we did a total of 55 issues. We don't call them all numerical issues because we have specials and things like that.
Yes.
So we did 55 issues instead of 52 because we released 3 on the first podcast, which boosted our total count for the year.
Right?
Will, why are you looking at me? What do you think? What do you think it
'Cause-
might be?
Usually they run about 24 pages, give or take.
Anywhere from 24 to 48. Yeah.
So then you just take the 332, and it's like almost 8,000. So we're over 8,000 pages of comics.
So I did a few different maths. It's somewhere, I know this is going to sound like a wide gap, but it's somewhere between 7 and 10,000 pages. Because we read some issues that were longer than the norm. And so if you do it, so you're running somewhere around there.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So out of 55 issues, we had 45 that were rated, where we did stars. Well, not stars, but whatever went with the issue.
Whatever rating issue or
Are
rating
you sure
system.
about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I counted them all.
But we have 47 up on the read list. Are you
That
saying we didn't rate some of those?
correct.
Okay. Go on.
So there are a couple that were not, yes,
Okay.
that were numerically counted that were technically special issues, if that makes sense.
Sure, whatever.
So, because I went through and counted each of our ratings. And so for 45 issues, that puts us at an average, well, of technically 7 issues per reading,
Yeah, that seems
which
about
makes it seem way more reasonable than when we do like 13 and stuff.
right.
Well, I guess
But
it's a
that's
bit.
because we had some where we read 1.
Right.
And then when we were doing Nightfall, we had
13
Ones where we
were
had like 10 to
15.
17.
Yeah.
So another interesting stat is if you do it by the 55 issues that we did total, 55 episodes, it's only 6 issues per episode, which is what we try to average.
Perfect.
And we've perfectly met it. That's funny. How many out of 45 issues do you think we had the 3-way 5? The 5, like all 3 of us scored it a 5. How many out of the 45?
Here recently, we've had quite a few.
We have.
but
I would
I'd say 15.
I was going to say 15.
Whoa.
17.
Dang.
That was close.
We
That
were-
was close.
Not only were we vibing, but we were also too short.
Right.
So here's your real question. Patrick, you can guess on this too, but it can be individual. How many total 5s do you think you gave out of 45?
23.
Oh, man. You did 24.
Dang.
I'm impressed. That was impressive. Will.
I think I've given more than he has.
Well, hold on. Now, you know that we did 17, right? Where we all gave 5. So it has to be over 17.
Yeah.
But out of 45 issues, how many do you think you gave a 5?
29.
18.
What? I felt
You tend to be the middle of the road.
You do.
When you go
Really?
through.
Yeah.
So Patrick, this is what I noticed. I gave 21. So Patrick gave 3 more than me. I gave 3 more than you. And what's interesting is as I looked over our ratings, what you could see is Patrick is kind of the most laid back. He's the least picky. He's going to be more lenient with his rating overall.
Right.
Where I tend to be extreme. I'm either going to say I loved it or it was not that good. I think. I didn't have as many threes, except there were some where all three of us had threes like several times. And then you tended to be the most critical overall.
Huh.
But
I did not have that impression of myself.
You kept a pretty middle, like I would say you keep it pretty middle of the road most of the time.
That's how I like to drive too. Straight down the middle of the road.
Okay.
So technically the highest scored episode, right? How do you score higher than fives? It was when we
Yeah, we
both
had those.
scored over 5 for Sinestro Core War, and you said, "Well, it just becomes pedantic. That doesn't matter. After it doesn't. Ratings don't count after 5." So it was the Sinestro Core War that was the highest rated. Here's something that I know our listeners want to know. What do you guys think our lowest scored episode was?
Our lowest scored episode, I'm going to say, was that Netflix show. What was it? The Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Will? What do you think the lowest scored was?
Oh, I feel like there was one where we all thought it was kind of mediocre to blah. I can't.
Oh, you think
For the life of me.
you're trying to remember what we read that you thought was lame.
It wasn't Green Arrow, was it?
Oh, is Green Arrow your guess?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like
Or was
to...
it Iron Man? Go on.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Or was it Iron Man? Now that he says it, it might have been.
Do you guys want to switch to Iron Man? Switching?
I'm going to leave my
Just leave
first
it.
guess because it doesn't matter.
Okay, first off, I thought it would be Umbrella Academy too, because oftentimes when we reference how much we dislike something, I will say, well, we didn't like it less than Umbrella Academy. Like
Right.
that tends to be the way I mention the scoring. Umbrella Academy, for all three of us, added up to an 8.25.
Okay.
For 3 people's scores. Will had the highest score for Umbrella. He had a 3.75.
Yeah.
Would you still give Umbrella Academy a 3.75 now that you've read all this other stuff?
Probably not.
Probably-
We were still pretty young at the time. We didn't know. Well, at least Patrick and I didn't really know what we were getting into.
Yeah, you had the highest rating for that one. I had the worst with a 2.
Having read some of the stuff we have here recently, I'd not rank it nearly.
So, 90s X-Men,
Oh, yeah, that was pretty bad too.
I rated it the highest at the 3.25. And you rated it, Will, with a 2. So we kind of flipped. That one also had an 8.25. That was on par with Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
Iron Man Extremis, we rated. Well, hold on. I'm getting out of order. Well, I'm in order of my writing, but I'm going to switch it. Green Arrow, because you guys mentioned it. We had an 8, so it was lower than both of those. Will gave it a 3, and you and I both gave it a 2.5.
Okay. Yeah.
And Iron Man Extremis, out of 3 people's ratings, had a 7. Patrick and I gave it a 2.5, and Will gave it a 2. So
I did. So I nailed which one it was.
yes,
I
at
just
the
didn't
end you
guess
were
it at
like,
first.
"Oh, that one."
Yeah. That
So yes,
Iron Man one was just so
those
bad.
were all. So you both mentioned Iron Man and Green Arrow, which were the bottom 2. And interestingly enough, Umbrella Academy was my lowest score of the whole year. Patrick's lowest score was actually Iron Man Extremis
Yep.
at
I
2.5.
believe it.
That was your lowest. And Will's lowest was tied with 90s X-Men and Extremis, where you gave them both 2s.
So you know where I stand on those
So,
characters.
So I thought that was really interesting, is we only had a handful of episodes all year that we gave 2s in.
Right.
But it was pretty consistent, which like we all 3 felt similar, except for Umbrella. You liked it a little more.
I
than
think
the 2
because I
of us.
watched the show.
I think
I
so.
wanted to
I
believe
watched
in
the
it.
show too, but only the first season.
Oh, me too. I never watched season 2 or 3.
So I thought you guys would have fun with that.
It was fun.
Patrick,
Yeah.
what do you think your highest rated read was that we didn't like that much. Well, we would have scored lower and you would have scored much higher.
Saga.
Yes, it was Saga and Night Quest. You kept the highest score during the initial Night Quest as well.
Yeah.
Well, we already talked about yours. It was Umbrella Academy.
I'm like, if you ask me, we kind of already, the cat's already
Shoot.
out of that bag.
Dang it. Do you guys remember there was a very specific comic that I scored much higher than the two of you. Do you remember?
It was probably one of the Green Lantern, like the first Green Lantern.
Emerald Twilight?
Yeah,
Emerald
where
City,
Hal becomes Parallax.
Yeah,
Because
you knew so much more.
Because
than we
now,
did.
if you would read it, you probably would be like, "That was awesome! We got to see him become Parallax."
Which I vaguely remember you saying that in that issue.
Yes, I said that because I know what it is.
Right.
I'm going to like it more. But I told you guys that I had you read it for context in hopes that one day we would be reading Green Lantern.
Right.
Of which now we are.
We are. But those are the things that I collected for our synopsis of the year.
That's really fun.
So lots of reading. You guys went from having really read 0 to a few comic books, very little, to being well read at this point, right?
I feel like we're moderately read.
I would say compared to like an average superhero fan, you guys would definitely be a cut above at this point.
We'd be able to hold a conversation.
Right.
Yes.
Like if we met someone, they're like, "Oh, I really like these comics." We'd be like, "Yeah, I've read these comics and I thought this, and I've heard about that, blah, blah, blah." Or,
Right.
Yeah.
That's
but
fun.
yeah, it's fun. It was fun to look back at our scores and kind of think about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was super interesting that our average reading also came out to what we shoot for.
That is great.
It is
really
ridiculous when you think of how much, even for like Planet Hulk, we read like 13 or something. Like it was more than normal.
Exactly.
And so even though we've been trying to regulate it, it actually works out just right.
Numbers. They're so great.
It's time for the main event. The
What
real
you've all
structure.
been waiting for.
Is this when we go?
Yes. Of course.
I dropped my phone.
The main event just got you so excited.
Oh
did.
man,
You had
popping
to drop
off.
your phone.
Wow.
Wow.
So here it
It's
is.
2 phone. This is really a special episode.
We have a revisit because back in issue 0, I sprang upon the two of you and you had to fight me up. No, the idea of doing a list because I said, "Do you guys think you could do like a top 5?" And Patrick looked like a deer in headlights. He was like, "Fine."
Pretty much.
And you said, "How about 2?" And I said, "How about 3?" And we did our top 3. And then at Christmas, we did our top 5, naughty and nice.
Right.
Top 5 good guys, top 5 bad guys. But the requirement was that we had chosen specifically from the material that we read on the podcast. You could not choose from extracurricular reading. But for this, I said, just like our original list, if you've read something extracurricular, then that counts. It all counts.
Right.
Because that's the heart of the list. It can be good guys. It can be bad guys. It's just a list of your favorite characters. So we know that there's a nutty hero that's probably going to be making Patrick's list.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said nutty.
I feel like Will's going to be the wild card. I have a good idea I think I could guess pretty solid maybe the top 3 to 5 of Patrick's, I think. Will's, I have
And we
less.
will give that a go. When we hit 5, you're going to see if you know
Nah,
what it is.
Nope. Not
You
doing-
called it. You called it. You Babe Ruth did.
Will's, we could, you know what? Will's is going to be, I feel like, do you think you could call Will's?
No.
I honestly, I looked at the ratings and I don't think I could tell you what Will's going to pick. I just think he's going to come out of left field. I think he's going to come
I
at us.
usually do.
I know.
It's my best position.
So, here we go. Did you guys think that this was super difficult?
Yes.
I thought it was difficult.
And I don't know about you, Patrick, but I just want to make like a disclaimer that these aren't necessarily in any particular order.
Yes.
Like
yes.
maybe like the top 3.
This is how I was feeling at the time I made this list, and that has changed a few times.
I know. I had some come and go.
There's some of them are so close they could be.
And then I made
I'm
just like
still not sold on mine.
Yeah, I know. So it's just going
I
to be what it
changed
is.
mine before I came over.
Oh,
But yeah, as far as here in the moment, let's just go with these
let's
names.
just go with these names in this order.
I also maybe broadened it out a little bit to just characters that we have met in comic books. Maybe not necessarily heroes. I don't know if you guys
No,
know.
that's fine.
That's how it should have been.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be the main character. It didn't
I
have to be
just-
the hero.
Really hope the Trick or Treats are on his list. That's all
Listen.
I'm saying.
I'm going to spoil it. I did have a few names in honorable mentions, and they
Oh,
are
I
in
have-
there.
man. I don't have any of those.
So I did. I know some people that hate honorable mentions because they say that just makes a longer list. It's not legit. But I say we'll give some honorable mentions at the end. Do you guys
So,
want to
yes,
give
you
them
two
at the
can
end?
do it at the end.
Okay, I was going to ask if you want us to do them now.
Nope.
Okay. So we'll go over some honorables.
Because if you do them now, you're spoiling. They're not on your list.
Oh, good point. That's a good point. We could do it at number 2, like right after, because you might think one of the honorables is 1. Nobody's going to be surprised by my top 3.
No.
There's no point in that. So, without further ado, number 10.
Did you guys write them
doing that?
backwards?
I did. Well,
Good.
I didn't, but I planned on doing them backwards. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I straight up wrote them backwards.
No, I let the software do it. Patrick.
Okay, my number 10. I had to put him on the list.
Guy.
No,
Jaime.
I didn't even think of Guy the entire time I was making a top 10 list.
Blue Beetle.
Nope. Sinestro.
Sinestro made your top 10?
He made my top 10.
I feel so. That makes me
He's
feel.
such a good bad guy. He had to be in my top 10 list.
Dude, yeah, I feel you there. I tried to figure out where I would put him forever on mine and then questioned it, and then he may have made it or may have not. Oh, I love that you have him on there. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Will, are you also going to do what you did at Christmas?
My number 10 is not Sinestro.
Oh, thank goodness. If you guys had the
If we
same-
did that
I was-
again, that would have been
I was
amazing.
going to leave and let you guys just go.
Be like, my work here is done.
I've done everything I can as your Sherpa. I'm clearly not a part of the group anymore. What's
Yeah.
your number 10?
So this is the one that kind of left a lasting impression, and I hope to one day return to reading some John Constantine.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that story. And,
Yeah.
it's one of the issues I actually kind of remember recording, which is why he made the list.
You're like, if I can remember you, you should be on my list. Okay, my number 10. This was really hard for me. I actually took off a character that I've had in many lists. And I debated having more characters from this. I have to caveat this because my number 10 switched like 4 times. But I settled. I wanted her on my list. Selena Kyle. I had to bring Catwoman.
Ooh, I think she was on
Because-
mine too for a little while.
Was she? She was.
Yeah.
Because I also read that whole Tom King run
Right.
where, they had the wedding that didn't happen and all this. And some people kind of hate how she's written in that run because she says meow. But it's the one that the date night issues were from. When
But
we
that
read-
was just the setup to a joke later on. Come on.
But here's she says meow like through the whole series.
oh, okay. No.
But who she was in support of Bruce in that series, plus like her role in Nightfall was cool when she would show up.
That's actually why she was on mine, because she was kind of a bully to Osriel.
Nice.
and a foiler of eco-terrorists.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I really feel like when the right writer is working her character, like she can be so engaging as like an anti-hero kind of character.
Sure.
And even a hero. Sometimes she is a hero.
I believe it.
Anyway, and I reread Hush this year, and that's also their relationship's prominent. So I had to caveat why she made my list. I don't think I've ever put her on any favorite super comic list kind of thing before. And it was tough, but she made it. I read a lot of stuff for her the last year.
Great.
So, number 9. What you got, Patrick?
Hal Jordan.
Wow, man. Is he?
I'm
no
kind of
questions.
surprised.
I don't want to.
I'm kind of not surprised. But
There's a lantern he likes better that I'm curious if he makes the list then.
Guess you'll find out.
No.
he's got to
man.
be. He's got to be in the top
The old
3.
log.
Old log.
Man. Do you guys remember your 3s from before, by the way?
No.
You had Professor Xavier, Wolverine, and the Hulk. Okay. Do you remember yours?
I had Thor, Green Arrow, and
The Flash.
the Flash.
Yep.
Yeah. From
So
CW.
I just wanted to make sure that you guys, so that you can watch, see if they show back up on your list. I want to make sure. Anyway, Will, number 9. What you got?
Number 9 is Michelangelo from The Last Ronin.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, we're
That's
gonna have to
good.
read the follow-up stuff to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I did really like that.
Yeah. Good call. I didn't even think about Last Ronin. Excellent. Excellent job. My
What about
number
you?
9, The Flash.
Ooh, The Flash made his list this time.
So Barry Allen is the one I'm going with, or later in his story arc, Wally West. Early days, Wally sucks. I do not enjoy early Wally stuff, but yep, Flash made my list. Some of the
Great.
first comic books I ever owned.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Patrick, number 8.
Batman.
At number 8,
And number 8.
is that what you?
That's what I meant.
He told me I was going to be mad at him.
I was like, don't hate me.
He got the same flat stare that Will gave him
Yep.
earlier.
Wow, he got 2 flat stairs.
You know, with how much you enjoyed Nightfall, man. Now I'm interested to hear the rest of your list. If Batman only made 8,
8.
but he made your list.
He did.
Out of up to 10,000 pages.
Right.
So I'm not going to
Made my
hate you
list.
for that. Will, number 8.
Number 8 is
Yeah.
Jaime from Blue Beetle.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
That was just a fun read.
He's a great character.
He's a good character.
And he's so endearing. He's kind of a Peter Parker. Like you just pull for
yeah.
him. You just
Yeah.
want it to work out for him.
Right.
My number 8 is complicated. I changed it. I had 4 people. So let me explain.
So who won out in the end?
My primary number 8 is Sinestro.
Nice.
I put Sinestro. He almost didn't make the list at all. This was one of the changes today. I debated if this could be a rating for any good villain. So I originally also debated Ra's al Ghul being on it. I had Bane on there for when he's written well, specifically like Nightfall and City of Bane. And I also had Mr. Freeze, because when he's done the right way, he's one of the only times I really enjoy a sympathetic villain. I had all 4 villains on that line. I had none of them on my list, and then I shoved them all. And I went, no, I'll give it to Sinestro specifically.
Oh.
But it was my villain number.
Sure.
Because a good villain, and 3 of them are Batman villains, so whatever. So, number 7. What do you got?
Superman.
I wasn't sure where he'd fall on your list. I thought he might make top 5.
Yeah, he's the stuff that I read we did one. Right?
We did the Action Comics, and you, I believe, rated it the highest out of all 3 of us.
And then I really enjoyed the stuff I read outside.
The Unchained.
The Unchained stuff.
Did you read anything besides that?
No, I have a few other ones. I just haven't gotten to it. No.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really digging Superman.
What do you like about Superman? Because a lot of people criticize him as being boring.
I feel like I can relate to him.
Yeah?
more than Batman, obviously.
Because you're real strong.
I was going to say that.
Farm boy.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm also kind of boring. So,
Nah.
He's like, I'm the farm boy stick in the mud. So maybe
yeah.
We'll ask Katie about that on the way out.
Okay.
So,
she'll be like, yeah, I'm trying to get him more out of his shit.
Exactly. That's not what she's going to say at all. Yeah, there you go.
That's
Superman.
awesome. Will, number 7.
7. It's going to be kind of funny because it's Sinestro.
Yeah!
That is awesome.
Look at us. We vibed for one. So we all had Sinestro on our list.
Yeah, he
Top
made it.
10.
He made it a little higher on mine than he did the rest of you. But again,
Yeah.
this isn't necessarily in any,
Yeah.
He is such a
Specific.
good villain.
Yeah, he is.
especially at the end. Like
Oh,
right
yeah.
where he's like, oh, you don't understand. I won.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He could have been much higher on my list, but I was like, nah, come on. I racked my brain over this list, okay? Probably way more than I should have. My number 7 is another cheating line. It's Robin. My number 7 is Robin.
But which one?
Well, that's why it's cheating.
It's all
So,
of them. It's an amalgamation.
No, it's Tim Drake. It's Tim Drake primarily. Because let's face it, he makes a great Robin. He's a great balance for Batman.
Is it just because you didn't want to put Robin 4 times on your list?
As a follow-up Robin, I have Damian. Damian is not always easy to like in his writing, in his story arcs, but specifically in the Batman and Robin run by Tomasi and Gleason, like Damian is his role in that's just so good. So primarily Tim Drake as Robin, but as Robins go, Damian's a follow-up.
Nice.
So yeah, I have a soft spot for Damian. A lot of people don't like him, and he's the one that I gotta. Same thing with Tim, I guess. And they hate each other, so that's fun.
That's fun.
It's hard for them to be on the same line in your
Number
list.
6.
Not surprising anybody. Kilowog.
Oh man, he didn't make top 5.
He didn't.
I thought he might.
Nope.
Ooh. Oh man,
He did not.
Dang.
his 5 might be a lot harder than I thought.
I know what it is.
Kilowog. Who's your 6?
I chose the Hulk.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I did really enjoy reading Planet Hulk.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was. I haven't read a lot of Hulk. That was one of the few I have. I rated that the lowest, but I did enjoy it. Anyway, my 6. Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier.
Nice.
Specifically from. So I enjoy him. We'll read more of that for next week. We'll read part 2 of kind of the Winter Soldier, Captain America jive. But Winter Soldier has his own comic run. It's like 14 issues that Ed Brubaker did. And that's what made me love the character. I hadn't even read the Captain America intro to him when I read the Bucky Barnes like Winter Soldier comic. And I love him as a character. He's one of my favorites. And the Captain America run just makes him that much better. Okay,
Halfway through.
5.
Aquaman.
See, I would have guessed. I would have guessed Aquaman or Flash for your number 5.
I really liked it. I really liked that.
Awesome.
One of the books that we read. He's such a good character.
Aw, fish sticks.
Oh, fish sticks.
Yep.
Nice. Well, never mind.
For number 5,
Number 5.
I've got the Batman.
Oh, he made your top 5.
He did make my top 5.
That guy knows what he's talking about.
But just to be specific, Azrael as Batman is not on that line.
You noted that? Not Azrael.
Not the Azrael Batman.
That's hilarious.
That is
Bruce
hilarious.
Bane. The Bruce Bane.
Bruce Bane.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Bane? I'd
That's-
read that.
Dude. That's an Elseworlds. That would be a good one. Batman uses Venom just like Rex. I'd watch that.
That's right.
So, number 5. Do you guys have an idea of who my number 5 might be? This might be a wild card one for you a little bit.
Kyle Rayner.
Oh, good guess. You have
Kilowog. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's,
Spider-Man made my list.
makes sense.
Big fan.
Yeah.
So he's
I
like
thought he'd
my
be in your top 5. I thought he might be a bit higher up on your list than that.
Yeah, that's one that he actually started higher and he dropped down a couple. But anyway, okay, number 4. Oh, let's think. Okay, I'm thinking.
I think this one's going to shock you.
Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What?
What?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's my number 4.
That
When
high
he
up?
said Constantine, I was like, he's got to be on Patrick's
Yeah,
list.
he is.
4.
Yeah,
So you definitely want to read more.
Definitely want to read more.
Damn.
Man, that's
I mean, I
awesome.
do too. That's why you made the list. So
Yeah, me too.
I don't believe that.
what? We'll finish out your list and we'll see.
Will, number 4.
Number 4. It's kind of funny because it's Kyle Rayner.
That was your.
That was my guess for you, and I'm like, wait, that's not a good guess because that's my number 4.
That's awesome. No. So my number 4, you're going to guess Kyle Rayner again.
If I just keep saying it, it'll be right eventually.
Nightwing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he's not a fun Robin.
Right.
And I will read his stuff on his own.
Right.
So, yeah, Nightwing had to be on my list. I used to have his symbol on my car, right?
Right.
So, okay.
I mean, you didn't lose a symbol; you lost the car. So
True. Oh, are we to number 3?
We are.
Number 3. Okay. Will,
top 3 for Patrick.
who do you think? Do you have any guesses?
Squirrel Girl.
No, that's not high enough. The Guardians of the Galaxy. Who?
Blue Beetle.
Oh, okay.
Wow, he shot way up.
Yep.
Oh man,
I like how I'm surprising you with my list.
you are a little bit there. Wow.
Yeah. Turns out Patrick is the wild card.
Turns out.
That's what it is. Like the wild card is that I passed it to Pat. And Chris is just blown away.
Blown
My mind
away.
is blown. Okay, Will. What do you think Will's number 3 is?
I have no idea.
Look at his face.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Number 3, Spider-Man.
Oh
it's a good
man,
one.
dude, you're just taking my list and like just bumping them up a few now.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what it sounds like.
Okay, Chris's number 3 is the Ninja Turtles
Nice.
as a team.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Sure.
That did not change from our original, the Ninja Turtles.
That makes sense.
Okay, number 2. I'm gonna guess the Hulk.
Are you gonna guess?
Yeah, that's a pretty safe guess.
Yeah, it's the Hulk.
Yes.
No, we got at least one right.
Well, no, we know his number 1, bro. So you enjoyed the Hulk every bit as much as you expected to.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really like the Hulk.
I love that he was one of your original like characters, but you hadn't read anything.
What was he, number 2? My first top 3?
He was 1 or 2. He might have been number 1. I think he might have been the last one you mentioned.
Okay.
But dude, that's cool that he fulfilled what you were thinking about him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Will, number 2.
My number 2. So I'm glad you kind of had a cheat line.
Oh,
Because-
he's got a cheat line.
I also had that idea because I just
like-
I really liked reading this. I liked the characters.
He's like,
Of
all of
this.
the X-Men.
Is it Guardians of the Galaxy?
It's Guardians of the
Oh,
Galaxy.
that's good.
Oh, that was one that I had not thought about making the list. And as I drove over, I was like, I didn't put Guardians of the Galaxy on the list. So I was
But yeah.
really hoping one of you would have them.
Yeah. I couldn't pick like one specific member
Of course not.
of the team, but like they're all unique.
Yeah,
they're all
they're all
really
great.
good. I loved reading all of their stories and stuff. So
Yeah. You mean what you meant is Bug. Bug is your favorite member.
yeah, Bug is definitely my favorite member.
Okay. number 1. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say my 2. You guys know my 2. Come on. It's Green Lantern, and
Right,
it's
Green Lantern.
Hal or Kyle. It can toss up. Usually Kyle's my favorite. But when Hal hits, there's a reason Hal is the greatest,
That's
right?
why he made my list.
So Kyle is like a character I enjoy better, but I feel like Hal is like the better Green Lantern. Does
Sure.
that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
So anyway, it's Hal and Kyle. They kind of flip flop depending on the story arc.
Right.
But I love them. Anyway,
Wonderful.
number 1.
I mean, nobody literally has to hear this. Everybody knows what it is.
I mean,
Moving on.
Squirrel
stop
Girl.
it.
Oh, okay.
Obviously,
Sorry.
Squirrel Girl.
That's nutso to the butso.
Right.
Get it because of squirrels? Nuts?
And I've realized after looking at this list, I think I put puns above everything else.
Because the Hulk made a lot of puns.
It did, yes.
That's true.
Blue Beetle had...
Blue Beetle had a ton of puns.
Yep.
The only one that doesn't fit in is Constantine, but he has a really snarky, biting humor.
Yep.
So it's true. If you're snarky or punny, you're gonna make Patrick's list.
Yep. that's what it is.
Wow.
I figured myself out.
Reading comics has brought an enlightenment about who you are. Will, you haven't mentioned somebody.
Yes.
Is your number 1 The Flash?
No, it is not.
Did you not put The Flash on your
put
top
him
10?
In honorable mentions.
That's actually surprising to me.
I did really enjoy it, but there's someone who just hits a little bit harder, and you just talked about him, and his name is Hal Jordan.
Hal took your number 1
He took my number
spot.
1.
Oh, he took my number 9.
Wow.
We were definitely not vibing this time.
No, but we
Definitely
all had Sinestro and
did.
Hal Jordan on our
We did.
list.
Which goes to show you how good that
Yeah.
It's
Comic-
really good.
Hey,
series
I'm not
is.
saying I always call it the right way, but there's a few things once in a while, okay?
He knows a few things for certain. And one of those is Jeff Johns knows how to write himself some Green Lantern.
Yeah. And my number 1 is as predictable as Patrick's. Yes, it's Batman.
Yes, I
Yep.
figured.
I considered, so when I was making this, there was a point today when I was struggling to like lock it in where I asked someone's opinion. I said, do you think I should just take all of my Batman characters off of the list and put them all under
But then that's
Batman?
not a true
Because here's the
top
thing.
10 for you.
Because Batman himself makes the Batman stories good, but his supporting cast elevates it. Like, you can have great Batman stories where it is just Batman, but anytime he's interacting with either one of the Bat family or one of the interesting villains or Commissioner Gordon or whatever.
Or even Alfred. Alfred,
Yes.
for a while when he left,
You know, that makes a lot of sense. Like when you're reading a story about Kilowog and then you got your supporting character, Hal Jordan.
that's good.
Oh, shut up. Okay, Will, you said you had some honorable mentions.
Yeah, just going to rapid fire a few of
Go
them
ahead.
off.
That's what we'll do. Did you have any that you want to mention, Patrick, that you thought of after the fact that didn't make your list?
The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians?
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Anyway,
Okay.
that's
Will,
mine.
So yeah, I got the Flash, Captain America, the Pistol Twins, and that's
The
it.
Trigger Twins.
Trigger Twins, yeah.
I had Captain America as well. I had Commissioner Gordon and Jamie Reyes, the Blue Beetle. And then I had Mara, and then a couple. I wanted to throw some independents on there. I love the Losers as a team, like what the movie's based on, comic book. It's so good. There's a character named Velvet Templeton from the comic book Velvet that is like a female James Bond. She's freaking phenomenal. I love telling everybody about her, as well as Forever Carlyle, she's the protagonist from Lazarus. Lazarus is an independent comic I push on everybody, and it's the one I was thinking that we should read for our independent comic this month. So
Sure.
Yeah, I think you both would enjoy it. Anyway, cool. I like that some of the characters made returning appearances.
Yeah.
Your Hulk stood strong. Your Flash and Green Arrow dropped off.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Basically, my whole beginning list kind of just disappeared in the
It's
wind.
true. Thor, I thought Thor might make your list.
That was pretty
You
good.
and
I did
Thor
enjoy it.
didn't make any of our lists.
He didn't.
We love the story, but the character isn't the
Well, I mean, which Thor are we talking?
in that character.
Old Thor.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Odin Thor
Or Avenger Thor.
but yeah,
At least Avengers Thor.
At least Avengers Thor. Anyway,
Most likely Odin Thor. Not the young one. That one's just
the Thor
hard
Force.
to...
Yeah, well, he's bratty. So anyway, next week, did you guys want to continue to read the Captain America part? Did you want to see Winter Soldier play out since you
Yeah.
read the setup?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if you guys didn't want to, we could jump right into reading an independent. But I feel like the payoff of reading that first volume comes in this next part.
right.
So,
And like true original Guys with Issues, we did the first one, we're doing something else, and then we're going to give them back to the second part. So there you go,
Yeah.
guys.
there you go. We're throwing it back.
This entire thing was just a throwback.
Yeah, so we hope you've enjoyed this, our top 10 list. Feel free to email us with your top 10 list or tell us your favorite episode of the last year, your favorite stupid line or consistent thing that we say that just cracks you up.
It's going to be nuts over
Never
the
mind.
butzo.
Stop being...
100% going to be nuts out of the butt, so.
Why do you guys got to be like that?
Because we're pragmatic and we know what's going to be coming in.
Only from one email.
Maybe more than one.
Ah,
I might even.
Technically,
that would
Christoph-
be nuts out of the butt. So.
Christoph has it in his sign off now. It's going
That's
to be there
true.
for the next several weeks.
I know.
And Laura talked about it.
Thankfully, we're past butt shovels. We failed contests. Like
Yeah.
we got to do something better one day.
We'll get
Yes.
there.
But yeah, we appreciate those of you who've stuck with us over the last year. We know sometimes it's been tough. And this is a bonus length episode specifically for you, Lorraine. we know you like it as it runs on and on and on.
Right.
So.
Sorry, Christoph, for the inconvenience.
Christoph is
but
going to take
thanks
you
for-
3 days to listen.
Thanks
You
for
got this,
sticking with
man.
us, buddy. Thank you for the snacks.
To
Thanks
both
for-
of you. We've had snacks from
Yes.
Yes.
And but yeah, all of you who've interacted with us and given us feedback, stuck by our sides and laugh along with our tomfoolery. We just thank you. We stuck this out to make it to the year because of you. So, and
Yep.
those of you who've been reading along, think about how much you've read. That's so much stuff.
So much stuff.
Right.
So now you can be moderately read as well.
Yep.
And if, and we always, even though I'm pushing us through Green Lantern right now, we do always welcome people's suggestions on things we should read. We've had a few that I still have on a list that will make an appearance eventually. So if you have a suggestion for us to read in this next year, let us know. And a reminder, the call-in episode is in a couple of weeks. So, that'll be the second part to celebrating a year.
Yep.
Yep.
Feel like I talked a lot on this episode. Anyway, you guys have anything else? Anything you want to say? I've been kind of ringleadering it.
You did great.
Structure Steve all the way.
Thanks. I take my job seriously. Well,
I'm Patrick.
And this is Will.
and I'm Chris, and we still are Guys with Issues. 1 year later. Oh no, it didn't record.
You can catch Guys with Issues wherever you can find your favorite podcasts.
Or check out our website at guyswithissues.com, where you can listen, find reading lists, follow along, and get to know us better.
Send us emails to longbox@guyswithissues.com and tell us your thoughts or send us suggestions on what we should read next. We would love to hear from our listener.
Probably should just cut this part out, right?
I would imagine we probably should, but who knows? It might stay in. What was I going to say?
Door slam and all.